Bonsoir, mes amis. Welcome back to Monaco. Last time we took a look at the origins of the mole and the lookout. This time we'll be taking a quick look at the locksmith and the pickpocket. So, the locksmith's level itself is not too bad. If you're playing carefully, you can actually make it quite a long ways. Especially using the smoke bomb like I do, because I definitely have a problem. The vault is in the upper left, and that's where a lot of your safes and a lot of your big money items are. Actually, a lot of the safes are in the different poker rooms. But they do have some safes up here. Your trophies are up here in the vault. And, you really only need one to unlock. You only need one key to unlock pretty much everything in the vault. If you move around carefully or you have a computer virus, you can get pretty much everything in here without too much fuss. Even if it is going to take a little bit of work. Very important to note is that you can set off pretty much every alarm and you really won't have that much of a problem. Still, once you clear out this vault area, there is basically no reason to come back in. If you have more than one key, it definitely makes your life easier, but it's not necessary by any means. Especially when you can just shove a guard through an alarm door and have him open it for you. The locksmith as a character is not too, it's not too complicated. His original character in Monte Carlo was pretty similar. It was a person who opened safes faster. Probably the main difference is that, much like the other characters who were in the original game, his color's different. Instead of being blue, he was actually green, which, I don't know, it's an okay color either way. I actually think blue might fit a little bit better because if you look at it this way, then hey, he's a blue-collar working man who opens, he's a locksmith, I don't know. The Wikipedia article I looked at said he's Italian-American, which I don't necessarily follow. Obviously, being Italian-American, he's from New Jersey, obviously, and I don't really see it. I mean, you can probably make the argument that he's American. I'm not so sure about the Italian-American part. You know, just because he has a mustache, I guess. Sure. Works for me. Big part of the reason I think the smoke bomb is so useful in this level is because there are just so many safes right next to guards and there are not nearly enough disguises to go around. Private roulette, private craps, every one of the private rooms has a separate safe in it. And that's 10 pieces of gold you're going to need if you're going to make a decent score. You can see the perfect score for this level is actually pretty high. I'm at 158 and I need 167.
Allez, du nom.
Rien à faire ici.
Qui va là?
You don't necessarily have to pop the smoke bomb as early as I do, but it doesn't hurt your chances. If you really wanted to, you could wait until the guard was fully alert and started walking towards you, but who has time for that?
Quoi?
Once you've opened up all the safes, there's not a whole lot more to do, honestly. You can run around kind of willy-nilly and try and grab more gold, but most of the big stuff is gone. Gold does still spawn in. You'll find it laying around pretty much everywhere, but there's just not as much of a reason to go around and find it unless you're really aiming for that high score.
Oh, te fous pas de ma gueule comme ça! J'ai tué! Quoi? Oh! Oh! Qui va là? Quelqu'un ici?
Still, everyone's bound to get beaten down sooner or later. It's a bit of an odder quest, but I'll ask you to remember that bit of characterization for the pickpocket for the end of the game. It's hard to believe, but I think it'll become relevant. The pickpockets level involves this entire open garden area. It's not so bad. There's a lot of decent areas to break line of sight, but it's all about using these missions were introduced with enhanced mode, and it's all about getting the butt coins. You know, tourists are going to be carrying around coins now, whereas before they'd be standing on top of them. This time they're actually carrying them around. And if the civilians are alerted, your monkey will not go grab them for you. That's more of a problem than it sounds. The other thing to keep in mind is that whenever you see tourists with trophies on them, the monkey won't grab trophies for you. He will only grab gold pieces.
C'est bon. Retour à la normale. Retour à la normale.
Garde!
Trophies and wallets will go red and you won't be able to grab them if civilians alerted. So it's pretty important to kind of keep that on the low down. So you could say. Again, the smoke bomb as ever is kind of a godsend. If a civilian's alerted and won't let you grab their money, if you pop the smoke bomb and they go down to not being alerted anymore, you can just stand right next to him and let Hector do his work.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Oh, je crois que c'est bon, rien.
Still, everything is bound in sooner or later, particularly with, that's a Simpsons reference, by the way. Everything's bound to end sooner or later, particularly with how many guards are spawning in every second. And if you think it's bad now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Garde! Non! Au secours, garde!
Ouais, ils ont des gardes.
Oh, te fous pas de
Qu'est-ce que
ma
c'est?
gueule, là.
Ouais, c'est gars. Je crois que c'est bon.
What does fuck my Jerkinson mean? I honestly don't know. That's one of the things the guards shout out, but... anyway, the Pickpocket as a character did not exist in the original version of the game, Monte Carlo. He may have been a replacement for one of the characters that was created but not released in the beta, the Rat. But he didn't have an analog in the original game, so he's all brand new for Monaco.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Ouais, ils n'en dégainent rien. Retour à la normale.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce mot?
Anyway, that's the end of that. Please join me next time.